darn video, and then not only lasts an hour to record on this thing. But yeah, sorry for the weird cutoff.
That girl you sent to me. I've grown used to masquerading as one of them and seeking something suitably feeble enough to cull from the herd. That's the first time I've had one delivered. Death is the ultimate dilemma, and integral to the beliefs and behavior of every culture. Life is bore on the corpses of the dead. Without death, there would be no motivation to accomplish anything. The only emotion would be existing. Life would be pestilent and agonizing. Yes. A fetish is described in a 19th century chronicle of a British platoon's encounter with a local tribe. Soldiers would go missing in the night and be replaced by these fetishes. It may be valuable to my studies. It is used to communicate with certain entities otherworldly. It is a tome called the Voce del Morte. Should you find yourself within the walls of the Giovanni, seize the opportunity and take it, for they will make sure you never have another. Yes. If it satisfies you, I make an effort to only prey on the weak and worthless, consuming their flesh not out of spite, but out of self-preservation. I wither and rot without it. It is my survival. Yes.
And another cool fact about the Nagraha vampire, what she is they have a discipline, I believe it's called Oblivion, or Nihilistic, where, let me go ahead and save the game real quick. Test, that allows them to summon dead. Well, there was supposed to be a zombie. There it is. Those skulls are pretty big for being a human skull, if they even are one. But yeah, it's a little cool trip, and I know what you're thinking, especially my character, and I pondered this thought too, especially with the Samiti vampires, which, if you know anything about the Loas in voodoo mythology, is Baron Samiti. He actually has his own vampire group where they're almost like Nosferatus, except they look more like zombies. And in this game, I was kind of wondering, what is the true difference between a zombie and a vampire? Because they're both undead people, and they both, like, say, eat blood and whatnot. But the main difference between a vampire and a zombie, I was reading, is within actual, like, say, voodoo lore, is that a zombie is someone who's brought back from the dead as, like, a mindless ghoul, while a vampire is, like, a fully sentient undead being. So that's the main difference, is one is like a brainless ghoul, while the other is fully sentient. And yeah, I thought that was interesting, because especially where if you dive more into like the lore in this game and whatnot, you'll, at least for me, I kind of was starting to wonder, like, what really classifies it as a zombie at the point, because if you look at the Samiti clan, they look like actual zombies. I'm talking about like missing eyes, skin falling off. And same with the Cappadocians as well, who got replaced, as she mentioned, by the Giovanni during the Dark Ages, when men and vampires no longer got along. But yeah, so I actually had to figure that out because I was kind of starting to think that was kind of lame that it's like zombies and vampires are almost the exact same thing with how they act in this world, but in real life lore, that's mainly like the real difference is one's a servant while the other one is fully sentient.
Did you see it? He done tore him up, right in two, ripped him apart like a rag doll. These two guys, the dead guy and the other one, they showed up. I've been living here, so I hid. I thought maybe they was owners or cops come to clean the place out. The dead feller called him Muddy. They was waiting on someone. They was going to do some kind of job, they were saying. But the person they was meeting when he was late. So the one guy leaves to find a phone and call him, and the dead guy stayed. Oh, that's when the killer, that's when he showed up. 1 second he wasn't there, and then he was. Like out of the shadows he come up. Scared the shit out of the dead guy. I'd like to scream, but I couldn't breathe. Oh, that killer, he grew these claws. I swear it, I saw it. The dead guy went white, like he seen the devil, and then the killer grabbed him round the neck and lifted him up and started cursing at the guy. Oh, I couldn't hear too good. Something about revenge for what he did or what they did. The killer made sure the dead guy knew who he was and then ripped him open. Just tore him apart. He did it real slow and made the guy scream. No, he never come back.
Okay, there's a part missing. That he also runs out of the building, and you're supposed to pass you don't have to pass it, but it'll give you a masquerade redemption, one of these up here. Yeah, so if you get 1, 2, 3, 4, so if you get all 5, it's game over, death basically. And yep, here it is. I believe this is in this game. Well, here, this might be easier. Nope. Nope. Hold on. Well, I think if I just jump. Yep. Alright, onward with the game. Oh, I believe there's one other way up here. besides prying that bar. Yep, here it is. Okay. Ta-da! So, yeah. Cool little thing about this game is that there's multiple ways to every scenario and situation. And obviously, depending what clan you play as well, you get different outcomes. If you do continue watching my video, or at least watch an entire different playthrough, it's safe to say that you'll be fine playing as Malkavian for it, because then everything will be like, oh wow. But if you do it for your first playthrough, since Malkavians are crazy, you will have no idea what they're talking about, since one of the lines is like, whenever they talk is like, I think I see the sky is like a fish, and then it's completely different for, it sounds normal to us, where our guys just speak normal, how it is. But for Malkavians, they speak in rhymes and riddles and nonsense, kind of like code in a way as well. Like when Nox said like the gross man as well. And then if you watch other people do a playthrough of Malkavian, you'll see, like for instance, like whenever you play as Malkavian, whenever you talk to Jeanette for the first time, where she tells us how we smell like astroturf and whatnot, the Malkavian calls her the Janus, yes, Sister Janus, the two-faced god in Roman, Janus, two-faced god of Roman mythology, already kind of spoiling that she has, that she is, not say schizophrenic, but has multiple personalities.
What's up? Good work. Ghouls ain't nothing but trouble, if you ask me. It's a weakness. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's cool. I never saw this in my first playthrough. I think this changed in the other version. But yeah, that's sick. Call of Duty pinball machine. Let's see if any of these change, I don't think so.
Seth. Yeah, I've seen this. Pretty sure I've seen it around here somewhere. One of the buildings, I think.
Hello, neonate.
I thought I was gonna say something. If I brought back the paper, since in every other one, so I just go straight to the building, never really talk to them after getting the paper.
What's up, brother? You enlightened? I see. Welcome to the Brotherhood. The
Oh my God. You're Brother Canker, aren't you? I've heard about... sorry. Greetings, brother. You're new to the Brotherhood, huh? Just got enlightened. I've been here a few days. When the bishop wants to see you, you'll be summoned, and then you go up these stairs up to the temple. I don't know. I mean, I hear things, but I haven't been summoned. I had a friend snuck up there a few days ago. Said she saw things, bad things. Yeah. Blood. She said, blood everywhere. She saw a few of the summoned, tried to talk to them, but they just stared at her with these blank looks, you know. One of them started reaching for her, and she ran away. Yeah. I know. The bishop said we have to shed our earthly fears on our journey to the ninth circle. But I'm scared to go upstairs. I just want to go home. You know, I want to go home.
sorry, I did not realize I was wasting much time because in the updated one, they do not spawn. They do not respawn at all. Okay, there's supposed to be a wedding ring on that table, but I didn't see it.
I see you have been enlightened. Are you searching for something? Do you seek the truth? You come to the right place, brother. We got more truth here than we can handle. They call me Bishop Vic, Shepherd of the Damned, your midnight guide through our last days here on Earth. Do you feel it, brother? The curtain being drawn back at last, drawn back by my hand, by the Brotherhood of the Ninth Circle. Gehenna, Judgment Day, the apocalypse again. Brother, you are too indoctrinated into the antiquated beliefs of this material world. There is no rhyme or reason, no all-powerful and terrible gods who watch over their children. You talk of disease. What about the disease that you and I both carry? Our flesh remade into nothing more than an abomination, feeding on our brothers and sisters like so many cattle. What god watched over me when that demon tore into my neck and made me into this monster you see before you? No, brother. There is no god who would tolerate such a thing. And so I have become God, and the diseases I carry to the masses will bring about an end of my own making. Until we have all journeyed below into the Ninth Circle. The time for words has come and gone, my brother. You and I will take those last steps together and see what truth lies behind the curtain. Let the night fall forever on this cursed earth, and let the fruits of my labor bring a long and bloody harvest.
Yeah, as you can see, his character is stupid hard to even fight against, and you see my melee stat is almost maxed out on top of having blood buff and my dodge being my defense being at 7 plus my armor that I get. Or something else that's different between that fight is he'll switch back and forth between shotgun and melee. So yeah, that's the hardest boss I will fight, pretty much, in this game. But yeah, there's one more that is also pretty hard. Yeah, not as hard as that guy.
Hello, neonate. Of course. You have. Impressive, young one. What exactly was the source of the epidemic? Tell me of this so-called bishop. I see. That end may very well be upon us. But to business. I have a debt to pay you for your services. If you so desire, I can give to you a unique talisman that might be of use in the future. If that does not interest you, I can compensate you with hard currency. You decide. A wise decision, neonate. True power lies not in wealth, but in the things it affords you. I hope this object serves you well. What is it you want? The candle.
You killed all of them? You. Huh. So I guess you want me to thank you or something? Damn it. Thanks, okay? Cool for now. Just don't go dragging that everybody out of you. You just made me an old soul. I'll let you know next year. Some of the boys might have heard our conversation and not make much on sock. Some of them may join the line straight to the mouse jack. I don't know. You think you tight your neck? There. Keep an eye on us. If everything's spicy, contact on me. Don't have it. You still the work for you can do. Cool. With someone inside, we should be able to protect that candy ass. Whole lot sooner. Keep us conscious. Hit him.
You stay down now. I don't know what you are, but you better go back to wherever you came from. I'm serious now. This place got no idea schedule for any gargoyles. Let's get going before I call back up for a crab alloy.
Now, I believe this is the only time that we could actually use this elevator. Alright. And just like the other one, I probably have to make him say, "Make me fat, man."
Yeah, I'm warning you. Yeah, I'm warning.
Here, let's... Hopefully it doesn't do it too far. Alright, shoot. Okay, well, I'm just gonna real quick, speed talk through these people.
Set. You. Righteous. I don't know. Set.
Also, if we were to kill that security guard back in Santa Monica, his place, that instead of him being LaCroix's building, it'll be his brother, who looks exactly the same. But yeah, you'll hear like a different dialogue of him talking about, "Oh no, that was my brother. He died on the surface." And yeah, and then if we were a normal vampire, a normal looking one at least, he'll tell us how he actually got demoted to that position, but he believes it's like a promotion.
all over. You doing it in your face is gonna be spoiling a lot of nice books here on the news tomorrow.
Hey, stop right there.
Well, yeah, normally he's on the other version. After you make him mad as a Nosferatu, you could call this elevator, and that's the only time that you actually can use the elevator. I swear, I keep seeing the symbol, or it might just be my shadow. Okay, I'm sorry for wasting anyone's time, but
Hey, stop right there.
but yeah. Yeah, no, that's just a camera that we're flipping through. So, the actual way to get into LaCroix's building is, of course, through the sewers. And this is why the knife is important. Is so you could just quickly get in and out of the caverns. I never actually did this before. Ah, shoot. Huh. Alright, we're saving up for 12 points. This door on the other one is never accessible, I don't believe. But yeah, if that spares us from having to go to sewers every time.
There you are. I was informed of your presence in the building. Since you're here, I'll take the liberty of assuming you've destroyed the warehouse. This is correct, yes? Most excellent. I had no doubt you'd prove my decision a prudent one. I trust you encountered no impediments to your progress on account of my personnel. That is the answer I like to hear. You've done well, circumstances being what they were. I will admit, not many in your position would have overcome such a trial. But don't misunderstand me. It was no fool's errand. You may yet prove to be a genuine asset. It's a bit disturbing the lack of talent within this organization as of late. Tell me, what would you say to doing a bit of reconnaissance for me? Excellent. Were you by chance in the military at all? I was an officer myself, actually, in Napoleon's ranks. There have been whispers, rumors spreading around the kindred community concerning the Elizabeth Dane, the cargo ship that was towed into port recently. Have you heard of it? The police are investigating the Dane as we speak. Even the Nosferatu have little information on what's been found. However, the reason the ship has caused such speculation is because it was transporting an object called the Ankaran sarcophagus. Now, I'm not one to predicate a decision based on conjecture, so what I need is fact. And more importantly, I need evidence that the occurrences on the Dane were not supernatural in nature, and in no way relate to this Ankaran sarcophagus. You have 3 objectives. 1. I want you to examine the sarcophagus for anything unusual. You may sense something peculiar about the sarcophagus. In fact, many kindred in the city have reported an uneasiness in the air since the Dane's arrival. Do not, under any circumstances, open the Ankaran sarcophagus. Secondly, the police have begun their investigation. Find out what they have concluded thus far. Thirdly, take the cargo manifest for the ship. I want to find out what else it was carrying. The last thing we want is police aware of our existence, so be careful what you do in front of them. And unlike the warehouse, you cannot wholesale slaughter a ship full of lawmen without consequences. Is this understood? Good. Oh, and it has come to my attention that you had an encounter with Nines Rodriguez earlier. The man so does love to throw that cretinous charm of his brashly about. What exactly did Mr. Rodriguez say? Nothing they haven't crassly delivered untold times within Elysium. You have to understand, most of the Anarchs know no better option, or have been bullied into their cause by the unrulier ones. You can't fault all for the boorishness of a few. Now that that's out of the way, I trust you're prepared to leave for the Dane. I suppose I can spare a few seconds. Yes, it's common knowledge. I was born in Calais, France, over 200 years ago. When I graduated from the Royal Military Academy, I joined Napoleon's army. It was shortly after Waterloo, when I was embraced by a Belgian noble. From that time onward, I counted some of the greatest kindred in Europe as my mentors, and worked towards establishing a Camarilla presence in new territories. In 1930, I came to the Americas and staked power in New York. Soon after, I headed west to claim domain. I'm Ventru, but I don't disparage any of the other clans. All are equally important in maintaining the foundations of the Camarilla, and the elders of each serve as my council. Yes. You've met Beckett? Yes. He did pay me the courtesy of announcing his presence in my city. He's lionized in kindred society, by most. Beckett's the definition of renowned scholar, but he's also a lone wolf, and owes allegiance only to his intellectual pursuits. Yes. He's my sheriff. When there is a problem that words are wasted on, I send him. The less one sees of him, the better. Yes. Which is... In this age of information, videotape, and weapons of mass destruction, the Camarilla is more necessary than it has ever been. The alternative to thorough secrecy these days is extinction. As long as we exist, so shall kindred society. Which is... Every night you wake up, be thankful you were not sired by one of their kind, or you would have woken under the ground, forced to claw your way up from the dirt into a brief, bloody, violent existence. Savages, bloodthirsty, irresponsible heathens. Good. I'm counting on an encore exposition of the talent you showed earlier. Go. And remember, under no circumstances are you to open the Ankaran sarcophagus. We'll talk later. Good. There's a boat waiting for you on the beach in Santa Monica.
I forgot what this guy's clan is called, but it's like another sect of the Zemitsi and Wasambra clan. I forgot what his... I think Naglopers? Yeah, it's a Nagloper. But, so basically, like the Zemitsi, they're more of like the kind of a bad vampire in a way. However, most Naglopers are more like a neutral chaotic, from what I remember reading. While Zemitsis are like an evil, chaotic kind of thing.
Hey, what can I say? You preserved my ass. I truly appreciate you not saying anything, and I want you to know I take care of those who do me favors. So from now on, you need equipment, info, you come see me at my apartment. Don't hesitate.
Are you ready? I tell you, that blood you guys got's an amazing thing. Help close up a few wounds. This back alley patch fixed up the rest. I needed that beating. Good reminder not to overestimate my ability. Last time it's gonna happen.
I don't know what I'm saying. Forget what I say. Then ask.
Oh, brother. There's nothing I can do.
I believe if our speech skill was high enough, we could have told him originally when we first talked to him that, yeah, take the steak and sold to him for $100.
That could just be a typo in the manifest. Yeah, someone in the group just swiped it, lost it. For now, we should assume that's what they came out with. Does it say what was in it?
Nope. Looks like it was packaged with the coffin thing, the sarcophagus. No contents listed.
Issue.
I wish this arcade actually had something playable on it. And I believe this was supposed to be a loading screen on the other one. But yeah, so this is where the corpse would have been hanging if I looked at it earlier. And it's cool, you get I think that's LaCroix's building way over there. I believe. But that's all I kind of like about this game, is how you can see different levels of the game. Different areas, like there's a house. Yeah. This game is probably one of my favorite, most immersive RPG games out there. With world building and, yeah, I was looking at gameplay trailers of Bloodlines 2 and it looks like it's gonna suck. Because, one, you're stuck, limited to only 3 clans, I believe, and your character already has a pre-name of Fire, P-H-Y-R-E. How creative. But, what I really like about this, it's like, you're literally throwing into this, and the title Bloodlines makes sense, especially for what's going on. How we got our current sarcophagus with, we don't know what's in it, and then we're learning about Cain's bloodline. It's like explaining the whole bloodline to you from being an outsider in the game. Calling it Bloodlines 2 in the second one, I don't know, it doesn't have the same ring. Like, watching trailers and gameplay doesn't really have same ring to it. But yeah, my hopes are kind of low for the new one. But yeah, what else could you do? I played some other ones. Vampire the Masquerade, Blood Hunt. It's probably the other game I play a lot. It's a battle royale game, but what I like is how you got 2 lives in it, and you could get a second one if you find someone with like red blood as their aura, their red blood type. Then you get another life for free. And make sure if you do play Nosferatu, and after you get back from the boat and you do play as the Nos, make sure you do come up, because you might see a familiar person. And at first this freaked me out whenever I was playing. Let's see if she does it. I think you have to be like certain areas or something. Oh wow, we didn't get a masquerade violation from bumping into him. Yep,
hey,
she did.
I know this might seem creepy and all, but please don't blow me off, okay? Someone told me I could find you here. I mean, I've been looking all over for you since that night. Because I just wanted to... I'm in your debt. I want to help you. I owe you my life, and I feel like I need to repay you. I almost forgot. I'm Heather. Heather Poe. I'm not wearing you out or anything, am I? Only because of you. What you did for me. Here, I got you this. I thought you might be able to use it. I can be useful to you. I'd do anything. Just tell me you'll let me help you. Let me stay with you. Make me feel this way.
Oh yeah, it's probably my boils that make her feel that way on my character.
What do you mean? You're like... The effect you had on me made me want to live. It's all because of you. You saved my life. Please, let me be of use to you. I'll do whatever. I don't care. Really? I promise you won't regret it. Promise. I'll get you money, I'll get you things, everything. I want to be important to you. I know where you live. check there first. I'll wait for you at your place, and when you do come back, I'll take care of whatever you want. I'd do anything for you.
And damn it, now I'm trying to find a sewer. But yeah. What the hell? But yeah, so now we gotta. I actually never see where she goes. So let's just do this little thing real quick. But yeah, so now we got ourselves a ghoul technically. So if you watched the previous episode of mine or just know the lore, you saw how ghoulification actually works. And having a ghoul as a Nosferatu, especially in second edition game, whenever Nosferatu's hideousness causes a mass grave violation, is pretty keen, like pretty essential in a way. Because as your ghoul goes out and hears whispers, they come back to you. Basically, they could actually interact with people, while you either have to use Mask of the Dead, I believe it's called. I believe that's what this one's called. Or use obfuscate just to eavesdrop on mortals. But having a ghoul, you actually have someone that can interact more with people. Well, yeah, let's see where she goes and whatnot, since I actually never watched this. And right there, okay. So, yeah, we'll be babysitting. But yeah, we'll be going.
I've said all I need to for now.
Something that bothers me with that cutscene is that they just have nothing but 3 Ventrus and the Tremere Strauss. I wish they would have showed like the other primogens, like a Nosferatu or just something else instead of just 3 generic Ventru vampires with Strauss.
I don't have time for a monologue. Give me the bullet points of what you saw. And the Ankaran sarcophagus. What did you see? Opened? Let's not jump to conclusions. Give me the manifest in your notes. I'll sort this mess later. You might have noticed when you came in, the parade of malingering mollycoddles filing out. Those were the Primogen, this city's clan elders, a worrisome bunch devoted first and foremost to the security of their own skin, which is why they were here. It seems Alistair Grout, the Malkavian Primogen, has either forgotten how to answer his phone, or is missing. Each minor problem like a grain of sand, each night I inherit the desert. The Sabbat's appearance has put the Primogen on edge. Grout's mansion is in the Hollywood Hills. I need you to pry Grout out of whatever crack he's crawled into, and have him contact us. Yes, for the moment. You know, your demeanor thus far bears similar characteristics to those that rise to the top of this organization. Stay that course. Yes, about Grout. As I said, Grout is the Malkavian Primogen. His behavior and home are eccentric, to say the least. He's developed a paranoid bent lately, so you may have to check under every bed in the place for him. I suppose I can spare a few seconds. Yes? Jack. The man is a scourge, the physical manifestation of chaos. Whenever he makes an appearance in one city, it is only a matter of time before a calamity is attributed to his latest lark. Which is... When we hear from Grout, you may come back. Until then.
Alrighty. And as you see, we got the Camarilla symbol. But yeah, I believe in that video here, after we see what's behind, if I do it, defense 7, so hopefully we can, door number 1 in the basement. Oh no. Oh, that's bogus. Oh. Well, that was a letdown. That was a waste of a point. Hey, we finally saw the darn animation. I hate that. Help. In order to... Yeah, no, it's stupid because in the house... Oh my god. We did it! Okay, I guess we had been... Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Now we could come from the main entrance. Yeah, so, huh. That is awesome, what we just did. Well, yeah, we're exploring new parts of the game that even I have not done yet. But yeah. Pretty amazing. Yep. And we'll end it by looking at this guy. Till next time, my friends.